You are listening to the Calm Down Podcast, the podcast where candid, thought-provoking, and rare conversations happen while amplifying people's stories around the world. Here, we take it one day at a time and also rant on simple causes people don't observe or are just oblivious to. I am your host, Ekene. I am an on-air personality, podcaster, YouTuber, and content creator. Hey Calmers, how are you doing? I hope you're doing absolutely amazing. In case you're wondering what Calmers is, so I've been telling you guys to send in what names you think would befit this podcast community. So I just coined out something. Calmers, that is C-A-L-M-E-R-S, Calmers. I don't know how it sounds, but please send in what you think would be so nice to call this community. I'm so clueless. What name do you want to call this tribe? What name do you want to call this community? So in case you notice, I sound really excited. Well, I always sound excited whenever I'm recording my podcast because I love this. But I am super extraordinarily excited today because I am recording this podcast today, 30th September 2020. And today, 30th September of every year marks the International Day of Podcast. Now, International Day of Podcast is a day set aside to celebrate podcasters, to celebrate the power of podcast, and also to appreciate podcasters who go the extra mile to serve beautiful content. And yes, I am celebrating myself today because, I almost did not record this today. But because I had told myself that new episodes will always go up on Wednesdays, no procrastination, nothing is going to stop that unless God does, I had to just wake up. And you all know I record the podcast by early hours of the morning from 4 a.m. downwards to 6 a.m. Once it's 6 a.m., I cannot record because of the whole noise factor, cars moving, you get noise factor. So I just have to wake up early hours. So today I am celebrating myself for my resilience. Yes, I notice I hardly do that. I always end up celebrating other people, telling them how amazing they're doing. But today I am celebrating myself for taking the big leap to start up my podcast. I started this podcast at a very down time in my life. I had just lost my job on radio and I was just clueless. And I really, really, really loved broadcasting. And I wanted a platform where I'll be able to share what matters to me without sanctions, without NBC, Broadcasting Corporation sanctions and all that. And podcast has given me that platform. I cannot tell you the people that I've connected just with podcasting. I have connected with guests from around the world. I've had conversations that matter to me. I have built an audience that loves what I do, and I am so grateful because podcasts give me that opportunity. So today, International Day of Podcast, if you're a podcaster and you're listening to me, I want you to take some time to appreciate yourself. You're doing so amazing. It's not easy to record. It's not even easy to create the content to talk about. So today is for you. And if you're listening to and you have a friend that is a podcaster, a lot of work goes behind the scenes. Call that friend that is a podcaster right now and say thank you to them. Encourage them. Tell them they're doing absolutely amazing. If you know anybody that is a sponsor or can sponsor their podcast, please do support them on Patreon, support them as a patron and all that. Okay. So today I'm not sharing any story with you. I just wanted to hop in here and share something with you. What I wanted to encourage you on is everything is saturated. Start that dream. And this is one thing that I've realized. Sometimes what stops people from going for their dreams, from starting that dream job, from starting that dream side hustle that they've always wanted is not because of fear. The thing that keeps them from doing that is that they feel everybody else is doing what they're doing. So you see somebody that wants to go into something and they go to check and they feel like, everybody's doing what I'm doing and the people doing what I'm doing have already established themselves, that are doing so well and all that. Now, I want you to know something. Your customers and the people tied to what you're doing. Let me tell you, for every dream or idea that God lays in your heart or the idea that you have, God has already positioned people that would relate and I would appreciate your work at every step of that journey. And God has also positioned people at different junctions of your journey to help you. So sometimes when we don't want to start, we are making mockery of God that gave us that idea to start because we don't trust Him enough to go in. Yes, everybody is doing that same thing. But do you notice something? These days, people buy from people and not brands. If you notice these days, even on social media, you tend to support brands that you have a connection to their owner, like the CEO of the brand. You watch their stories. Why do you think people spend more time on Insta stories, on Instagram and Facebook stories, for instance? So if you do your research right now, you know that people tend to spend more time on Facebook stories and Instagram stories and actually scrolling up and down the feeds. Do you know why? Because we human beings, we are looking for connection. Every day we are looking to find more people. I don't know if you feel like this, but sometimes I just want to find new accounts to follow, new people that are doing the same thing or in the same niche I am. I just want to discover new people. People are looking for people to connect and not brands. People are looking for the face of the brand. So when you think of it like, oh, people are already doing what I'm doing. Yes, people are already doing what you're doing, but nobody is you amongst them. Nobody would be able to deliver it the way that you would do. Learn this. If there is one thing I want you to take away is people buy from people and not brands. People want the unique taste you bring to that same thing everybody is doing. I mean, there are thousands of beauty brands. There are thousands of foundations out there, right? There are thousands of powders. But you buy one, right, because you actually love the product. Maybe you've used it and you've loved it. People buy it for different reasons. Maybe, a friend recommended it to them, or they follow the brand on social media. They watch their posts. They've seen the reviews people dropped in. They can connect with people. Maybe they've gone for a fest that the brand organized. I mean, with all these things, people still buy from them. People still patronize them. It might not be entrepreneurial in the sense that, you have to make something that people would sell. It might be creating content, creating an abstract product. Just like this content I'm creating, I'm talking, right? You're gaining a lot from it, but you can't say it's a tangible thing to buy. It is not a physical product to buy, right? There are people that listen to me, not because I force them to listen to me or I coerce them. They listen because they can connect with me. Assuming I am just a robot talking, you see that people won't really, really listen. Unless I'm talking about how to make money today. No. Then you see people listen. So people listen to human beings. People connect with people. So that's why I'm telling you that the major reason why you've not started is that you feel that everything is oversaturated. So just stop. I know everything is oversaturated. 1,001 people are doing that idea. But people need your unique taste to that same thing that everybody is doing. So start that dream now. And I know you might be scared, oh, what if I do it and I fail? Listen, everything in life is a risk. Even your life is a risk. You don't even know what will happen to you tomorrow as you step out of your house. The breath that you take every day is a risk. You don't know what will happen. Okay? So I need you to understand that if you have this attitude towards life that, oh, okay, I tried this, God knows I put in my best, I failed at it, then stand up again. Stop taking failure to heart, honestly. I think a big growth in my journey was when I stopped taking failures and no's to heart. And it helped me become more emotionally mature when it comes to my work. Because I understand that when you're passionate about something, you do that thing with a lot of emotions. You do that thing with a lot of passion. So when it doesn't work out the way that you envisaged or the way that you planned, it tends to hurt deeply. But I've realized that, yes, it hurt me deeply. If I feel like crying, I'll cry. But that doesn't mean I should continue crying forever and quit. No. So after crying, I tried to see, because immediately you fail, you try to see, oh, okay, so this is where I failed it. This is where I didn't do it right. Then pick up from the one that you failed. Pick up that knowledge that you failed, that you've gotten from what you failed in, and try again. Everything in life is risk. Even see, if you keep on saying, oh, that I don't even know how I'm going to do this, I don't like failing, or some people will tell you, oh, I don't like being rejected by people. See, in life you'll be rejected at specific junctions of your life. You mustn't always be accepted. In fact, if you're always accepted by people, then there is something really wrong about you. You should check. Do you know how many people are in this world? Who is your favorite celebrity you feel everybody loves? Not everybody loves him or her. You will be rejected by some people, but that doesn't make your work invalid. That doesn't make your gifts, your ideas, your talents invalid. So far that it's burning in your heart, God blessed you with that idea. He's always there to fuel you. Sometimes when people tell us that, oh, God is there to provide for us in terms of like starting up our dream, we think it's just financially. God also provides for us emotionally, emotional support, emotional strength, mind strength, because it takes a lot of mind, a lot of guts to go for your dreams. So yeah, if it's about making mistakes or failing, my dear, I'm not going to sugarcoat this. You will fail at a point, but please don't dwell on where you fell. Pick up something as you're getting up from that place you fell and move on. That is absolutely life for you, okay? And let me tell you, the worst thing that can ever happen to you is living a life of regret. Asking yourself, oh, tomorrow, what if I decided to just go for my dreams? I decided to do what I love. Okay, even if I tried or I failed, let it be known, let it be recorded that yes, I gave it my best, but it didn't work out. See, do you know that when I get an idea, I'd rather do the idea, give it all my best, my absolute best, and still flop and not do well. And I'll be rest assured that, oh, tomorrow I'll know that, okay, I tried this, I didn't do it. Maybe I need to take some step back, take a break, go and recharge, maybe do some online courses to form my knowledge for it and come back for it. Then I got an idea, it's burning in my heart, I don't do it. Then tomorrow when you see someone working on that same idea, you begin to regret. I mean, that is the worst feeling in the whole world. Now that feeling can begin to lead to feelings of bitterness. Now you begin to get bitter at that person that is now working on that idea. Because let me tell you, that idea you have in your heart, right? The same time it dropped and it started to grow in your heart, it also started to grow in someone's heart somewhere else in the world. So it's don't think that, oh, it's unique to you. And every idea or every innovation that you see out there is built from other innovations. That is, the ideas is built from other innovations. All you just do is just, you get the idea and then you craft it to your unique personality. That's that thing I'm saying. The unique taste you bring has your own personality. It makes the whole difference. And that is why I see it as the market is not oversaturated. There is no way a market can be oversaturated with human personalities, honestly. What you are seeing it as is, oh, it's saturated with the same idea, but the same personalities, no, it isn't. Okay, so the worst thing that can happen to you is to live a life of regret, asking yourself, oh, I wish I did this, I wish I did that. It's terrible. So start that thing, be rest assured that you gave it your best and it didn't work out fine. Take some break, and afterwards come back to it and keep moving. Don't ever be stagnant in life. Just keep moving. You have to take risk at some point. It is necessary. All the rich men that you admire today, oh, I wish I can be so rich as Jeff Bezos. When these guys were starting, they took a lot of risk. They had so many challenges. They lost money, thousands and billions of dollars. But they still kept on pushing. And now we are celebrating them. So don't always think it comes like very, very rosy. And what God just wants you to do now is to take that little seed of idea that He has placed in you. It is your seed of faith. Start working on it. My life is a testimony. I started creating my content in 2017. And when I tell you where I am now in 2020, it's still a huge testimony to me. God has connected me with amazing people. God has provided. I've never begged for food. My content has been feeding me so well, like I could pay bills with my content just because I decided to take that seed of faith. I was so clueless when I started in 2017. But God has connected me to people to learn from. God has connected me to people to help me build. It has been a journey. On some days, I feel so terrible. On some days, I feel so happy and proud of myself for my work. It's just like a roller coaster of emotions. But I am so grateful. And the highlight of it has been God showing up for me in the little things. So listen, God just wants you to take that little seed of faith, that mustard seed of faith idea He has given to you, and start to water it. Start to make efforts. See, God cannot move and help us when we are not making efforts. God cannot bring an opportunity, connect you with someone when there is nothing for you to offer. You think God likes to be disgraced? Because if you are connected to that opportunity and you mess up, that person might be like, oh, I thought this person is a child of God. I thought this person loves God. Why is he messing up like this? You are disgracing God. God doesn't also like disgrace. So please start that idea. The market is not oversaturated with human personalities. It is actually saturated with the ideas, with the products, with the innovations, but not the human personality. Your unique personality is what makes it amazing. Do you know how many podcasts there are in this world? Like, there are thousands of podcasts, but yeah, you listen to me. Okay, so if it's about the people, will people listen? Will people appreciate your work? Will people read your work? They will come naturally, okay? Good will attract good. So yeah, I just wanted to hop in here and encourage you with this. If you don't know, if this is your first time listening to this type of series, I have a series on this podcast, His Word for You. And it's just like once in a while, when the Holy Spirit lays something in my heart to come in and encourage you, I just come in here and share that with you. So yeah, this one, I just wanted to share with you because I know that there is greatness in you. And all you have to do is to step out of your comfort zone. Everything you want in this life is at the other side of your comfort zone, you have to step out. You have to discipline yourself to go for what you want, or else you will keep on wishing, oh God, I'm so broke, I can't do this. You have to just step out of your comfort zone and pay the price. Okay, so yeah, if you love this podcast and you would love to support, today is International Day of Podcast, so your support is needed, okay, for the expansion of this podcast, production of more beautiful content like this that you enjoy. Please support on Shukran. So Shukran is a platform that enables you to support your favorite content creators and say thank you to them for providing resourceful content that has been helping you for free. You can do this by tipping them any amount, like 100 naira, $1, or any amount in Kenyan currency. I forgot, I think it's in shillings, right? So please tip me on Shukran. If you want to tip me $1 million, oh my God, I will be so grateful. That is amazing. And now Shukran has this feature that is called Shuklan, where you can now support monthly with any amount of your choice. I'm going to leave the link to my Shukran account in the description box of this episode. Please support me. That would be so much appreciated. If you want to be a patron of this podcast, yes, thank you so much. The link to my Patreon account, my Anchor monthly support account will all be in the description box. Choose any plan that befits and you like and suits you and support. That will be so much appreciated. And also do me a favor, whatever podcast platform or app you're using to listen to me right now, please drop 5-star ratings, drop me a review, and also tell someone about the podcast today. Also subscribe. There is always a subscribe button there. The essence of clicking on that subscribe is so that you don't miss out on future episodes, okay? Also, if you loved this episode, if it blessed your heart, if it encouraged you, please don't go away with that thought of excitement. I'd love to hear it. I'd love that review. I'd love to hear you express yourself. So in the description box of each episode of this podcast, like this same episode, there's a link to drop your voice message. Please send in your voice messages. I will appreciate that. It's like fuel for me. It's so encouraging that you listen to what I put out there and you loved it. I'd love to hear your feedback. Please click on that link to drop me a voice message. It will be featured in the subsequent episode of this podcast. Trust me, it will. Thank you guys so much. Do not forget to connect with this podcast on social media, on Instagram at the_calm_down_podcast. All the links will be in the description box if you want to tweet at us, so that I'll be able to monitor all the tweets. And if you want to discuss this podcast with someone, I want to spy on your conversation, please use the hashtag calmdownpodcast so I can, know what you guys are saying about the podcast. It will be so much appreciated. So remember this, everything in the market or every idea, every product is oversaturated, but not oversaturated with human personalities, human tastes, human differences, okay? Your future customers, your future community, your future tribe members are waiting for the unique taste, your unique you, to bring yourself to the table and offer them that beautiful idea. It will blow your mind how that beautiful idea will blossom into something beautiful beyond what you imagined and dreamt that it would be. Start that idea. Leap in faith. Start that idea. You will not regret it. Trust me, I am a living proof of that. I'll see you in episode 33. Once again, happy International Day of Podcast to me. I love you so much. Thank you for always sticking with me. Thank you for rolling with me in this podcast, and for every single time you click play, for every single time you're so excited about new episodes. I love you so much. You're amazing, and you have a special place in my heart. Bye.